This film is a sequel to Prometheus. It is also the second film in the Alien prequel trilogy, but it doesn't continue the saga of its predecessor. Many viewers even said it was a bad movie by the end. Today, we're going to rewatch Alien Covenant. At the film's beginning, a circular ship jumps to a strange planet. This is the home planet of the White Giant. As the ship slowly approaches its mooring, the giants below look on with anticipation. Unbeknownst to them, it is not their people who control the ship. When the hatch opened, David's figure slowly appeared. Under his control, countless metal jars began to fall rapidly. They contained the Blackwater virus developed by the White Giants. At that moment, the square giants realized something was wrong, but it was too late. The Blackwater virus quickly spread across the sky. The ultimate weapon they had used to destroy humanity, now it had become the death knell for their race. The Blackwater virus was equally deadly to all life. In the end, all giants did not escape infection. Then, out of their bodies, countless alien pups began to hatch. They started killing the escaped giants. By the time all was quiet, the only thing left in the square was a mountain of bodies. Time soon came 10 years later. A colony ship called the Compact was sailing through space. Its destination is the planet Originator 6. It is carrying 2,000 colonists and over 1,000 human embryos. 15 crew members are responsible for the operation of the Compact, because the voyage will take 7 years, so now they are all asleep in their hibernation chambers. Walter, the biochemical human, is the only one left alone. Walter is a second-generation biochemical human created by Wayland. He can carry out complex commands with efficiency and care. With the rechargeable sails fully open, the ship can also continue to sail by absorbing light energy. But danger is everywhere in the universe. Soon, the ship detects a neutrino burst nearby. The energy blast instantly destroys the rechargeable sails. The shockwave is so powerful that it has even endangered the ship itself. In an emergency, Walter immediately wakes up the crew. But that's when the unexpected happened again. The impact damaged the captain's hibernation chamber. Even with the best effort of his teammates, the captain could not be saved at the last moment. This left Daniels, his wife, in tears, but the mission had to go on. Soon, Vice Captain Oram took over the captain's duties. The first order of business was to repair the damaged rechargeable flaps, and Daniels had no time to grieve. She quickly went to work on the ship. When Walter was alone, Daniels couldn't hold back her tears. She and her husband had always had a dream. They would build their own house by the lake when they arrived in the New World. Walter could only listen in silence, and he could feel Daniel's sorrow. Meanwhile, another team arrived outside the ship. Luckily, the rechargeable flaps were not too badly damaged. Thanks to the team's efforts, the charging unit was soon repaired. The ship's power systems were restored to normal. But just as the repairman was about to return to the ship, his equipment suddenly received a strange signal. When he returned to the ship, Walter immediately analyzed the signal. But perhaps due to heavy losses in the transmission, the signal sounded garbled to everyone but Tennessee. Soon, he discovered something. The melody of the signal sounded like a song about a distant son trying to get home. Walter then made a discovery too. The source of the signal was on a planet not far away. This planet was more suitable for colonization than Originator 6, where they were going. The group was immediately divided. On the one hand, there was a habitable planet that could be reached in a few weeks. On the other side was an unknown planet that would take years to navigate. And after their previous crisis, none of them wanted to return to their hibernation bunker and wait for death. In the end, Oram decided after some thought, the ship will go to the planet to find out what's happening. The Compact is approaching the planet in front of them. It is an unknown planet that has never been recorded before. Under Oram's command, the ship is getting closer to the planet. To be safe, the mothership has not landed directly on the planet. Oram decides to send a landing ship to explore first. As the landing craft passed through the clouds, they finally reached the planet's surface. The expedition team observed the planet has mountains and lakes and all kinds of plants. There is a complete ecosystem here. Once the ship landed, they found that the air was similar to Earth's. They could breathe freely without their helmets. The group immediately set off on an exploration mission, but as they progressed, the planet's oddities emerged. Then the expedition discovered artificially grown wheat, and although the planet was full of plants, they never saw any animals. This is a clear violation of the natural laws of the ecosystem. When the team had gone a little further, the biologists decided to stay and study it further. Orem had to send a soldier for protection. The rest of the team continued on their way. Their destination was the source of the unknown signal. As the team entered the forests, they soon discovered a strange place. All the trees here had been cut down. It looked like something big had crashed in the area. The team immediately continued their search along the passage. Soon, the group made a discovery. Ahead of them, an unknown ship was docked. Its shape was not of Earth's civilization. By the time the team got underneath the ship, Orem left 2 of his team members outside to meet them, while the rest entered the ship to explore. The ship looked like it had been docked for a long time. Even the planet's ecosystem had been integrated into it. Soon, Tennessee discovers a strange plant. As he touches it, spores instantly erupt from inside. Tennessee accidentally sucked in the spores. Just as he was about to look closer, Orem warned him to follow the group immediately. As the expedition moved on, discoveries were made on the ship. They saw 2 rows of huge statues. Little did they know that these giants were the engineers who had created humanity. That's when Daniels found another identity plate. Dr. Shaw's name was inscribed on it. Walter immediately retrieved that Dr. Shaw had been the chief scientist on the Prometheus, but she was lost along with the ship 10 years ago. Now the signs here suggest Dr. Shaw must have been here 10 years ago. As the expedition continued to search, they soon found the ship's control room. After some fumbling, Orem accidentally activated the ship's video system. Only then did the team realize that the signal they had been searching for was an inadvertent image left behind by Dr. Shaw. Meanwhile, the biologist found a suitable sample. The soldier saw nothing to do, so he found a place to smoke. Inadvertently, however, he also steps on a strange plant. Spores instantly floated out of it. They soon flew into the soldier's ears. The spores wandered inside for a while before burrowing directly into the veins. The soldier didn't feel a thing about any of this. But the soldier's body soon became abnormal. He became weak and sweated profusely. The biologist immediately called his team for help. Orem was informed of the situation and immediately ordered the expedition to evacuate. At the same time, however, Tennessee was experiencing the same symptoms. On the other side, the soldier's condition had worsened. He had even started to spurt blood from his mouth. With the help of the remaining team, the soldier was quickly taken into the medical bay. The soldier must now be given immediate first aid, but as the team tore open his shirt, a huge amount of blood shot out of his back. It was as if something was about to burst out of his body. Realizing that something was wrong, the team member immediately ran out. She slammed the door on her way out. Perhaps the biologist inside had been infected too. The team quickly reported the situation to Orem, but they were still a long way from the landing ship. The team had to return to the medical bay to check on the situation, but the next thing she saw was a sight she would never forget. Blood sprayed from the soldier's back and a gaping hole appeared. As his teammates watched, a creature burst out of it. The man also collapsed instantly and lost his life. The team outside immediately ran out of the room. She was ready to grab her weapon and destroy the creature. The biologist inside had been killed. When she returned to the medical room, the team member slipped and fell. The sound of the gunshot attracted the attention of the alien. Seeing that the alien was coming at her, the team member immediately crawled towards the door on her hands and knees. She managed to close the door at the last minute, but didn't dare to stay any longer. The alien's attack quickly shattered the bulletproof glass of the door. Seeing that the alien had followed her out immediately, the team grabbed their weapons and attacked. However, the alien was so agile that it dodged many shots with ease. Finally, in a panic, the team shot the ship's fuel tank. By the time the expedition returned, they had seen the ship explode. Orem was instantly distraught. It turned out that the biologist inside was his wife. But before the explosion was over, there was a new situation on the expedition side. Tennessee, who had also been infected, began to lose control. Then the alien burst out of his mouth. Before anyone could react, the alien had quickly fled into the jungle. When all was calm, Daniels found they had lost contact with the mothership. It turns out that an ion storm had swept through the planet just as the alien appeared. Then an alien rushed in. Seeing that Daniels was in danger, Walter immediately jumped on it. The alien then changed its target and started attacking Walter directly. Walter reached out his arm to block it. This saved his life, but the alien's tail also threw him away. Even his arm was corroded in an instant, and the crisis wasn't over yet. Although the group had surrounded the alien, it didn't seem to be afraid of bullets. As the alien fought back, the team quickly took casualties. Finally, under the firepower of everyone, the alien collapsed. But before anyone could breathe a sigh of relief, another alien came charging at them. It pounced on one of the team members straight away. The team was about to suffer another casualty when a loud bang came out of nowhere. A flashbulb exploded into the air. The light was so strong that the alien immediately fled. Only when the group came to their senses did they realize that a mystery man had saved them. Led by the mystery man, the rest of the team began to run wildly through the night. The human figure in front of them was the team's only hope. The mysterious man led them to a walled city. Only when the group followed him inside did they find the bodies of giants everywhere. The entire square was filled with dead bodies. Finally, the exploratory team arrived inside the castle. At this point, the mysterious man finally stopped and then revealed his identity. It turned out he was David, the biochemical human from the Prometheus ship. He came here with Dr. Shaw 10 years ago, but when the ship landed, there was an accident. Not only was Dr. Shaw killed in the crash, but the Blackwater virus on the ship was also leaked. The corpses outside the square are now all infected and dead aboriginals. The Blackwater virus can feed on any non-plant life form. That's why they don't see any animals here. The virus uses its host as an incubator to produce a hybrid organism, and David called this aggressive creature Alien. Orem then also stated their purpose. When he heard that there were still over 2,000 beings on the mothership, David immediately looked happy. When David explained the team's questions, he was ready to leave the area. Before leaving, he made a point of saying hello to Walter, as he could see that Walter was a biochemical human like him. When David had left, Daniels found Walter. She could hear something wrong with David's words. Both biochemical humans. He wanted Walter to find out from David. Walter then went to David's room. He found a variety of specimens and sketches in the room. As Walter picked up a flute, David appeared behind him. He wanted to invite Walter to perform a piece of music. Unbeknownst to David, now all biochemical humans have had their ability to create removed except for him. They were more like machines, and the humans would make changes to the subsequent biochemical humans. David wasn't really surprised. At the same time, there was a new development on the expedition side. The woman slowly removed her jacket. Just as she was about to clean her wounds, there was an eerie sound behind her. She immediately looked back cautiously. Little did she know that an alien was standing right behind her. As the woman's screams rang out, the first to arrive was David. Only the woman's head was still floating in the water. Looking at the alien gnawing on the corpse, David seemed satisfied. To him, the alien is his child, and he is the alien's creator. As David admires his work, Orem hears the sound and arrives. He then attacks the alien despite David's efforts to stop him. When the alien completely loses its reaction, Orem turns his weapon on David. David's behavior has made him suspicious. Threatened by Orem, David takes him to a laboratory. It contains the original samples of the Blackwater virus and specimens of the alien in various stages of growth. David admits to having bred the alien himself, but it is human nature to do so. Orem knew it was dangerous, but he was still curious. Then he even sees an alien in its initial form. A facehugger comes out of nowhere. Orem is killed, and an alien pup then emerges from his body. David immediately makes a welcoming gesture to the newborn creature, and the alien cub is a great learner. It immediately follows suit. The rest of the team finds their dead companion on the other side of the room. Looking at the alien's body at their feet, they know it is no longer safe. Luckily, just then, the expedition finally regains contact with the mothership. As soon as the mothership is informed of their situation, the sub-captain decides to prepare the compact to force its way through the ion storm. Only then could the rescue ship successfully enter the planet. The rescue ship sets off as soon as the mothership is at the right altitude. On the expedition side, they also notice that Orem has disappeared, so they decide to split up and look for him. This time, Walter accidentally finds David's collection room. Here he also discovers a shocking fact. It turns out that Dr. Shaw did not die in an accident, but was used by David as an experiment to grow an alien. Now that everything has been revealed, David stops hiding. He admits that he had deliberately spread the Blackwater virus, and he did so to make himself like the giants, the creator of another species. An alien was his greatest creation. He then invites Walter to join his side, but Walter's ideology is loyal to humans, so David attacks Walter directly. Unbeknownst to him, the new generation of biochemical humans is self-healing. Meanwhile, another team member finds Orem's body, but then a facehugger suddenly rushes forward. The team member fires immediately. Although he manages to get rid of the facehugger, his teammate waiting outside is in trouble. He is directly parasitized by the facehugger. Luckily, his teammate inside arrives just in time. He immediately kills the facehugger, but before they can breathe a sigh of relief, a mature alien appears again. In a matter of moments, it kills the uninfected team member. On the other side, Daniels has made a discovery in one of the rooms. He sees all the information about David's experiments, but that's when David appears behind him. He slams Daniels into the wall. David then immediately pounces on him again. Just as he is about to kill him, Walter finally arrives in time. He tells Daniels to get out of here first. A battle ensues between the two biochemical humans. As a second-generation biochemical human, Walter's powers of creation had been removed, but his physical capabilities had been greatly enhanced. David is soon knocked to the ground. Just as Walter is about to kill him, David—
Question.
It's your choice now, brother. Them or me. Which is it to be?
Shortly afterward, Walter comes outside. By this time, Daniels has released his beacon light. The rescue boat lands fast in the sky. Walter sees this and immediately runs over to it, yet a mature alien has set its sights on them. This alien is running fast toward the ship. In front of them, the survivors manage to escape. The alien follows suit. It jumps to the bottom of the ship in an instant. They also spot the alien through surveillance. Daniels immediately grabs her weapon and rushes out. She secures herself with a safety rope, then rushes to the ship's edge and prepares to attack the alien. At this point, the others see the alien's position. He tries to burn the alien with his flamethrower. As the alien flees upwards, Daniels is waiting for it. The alien quickly escapes to the bottom of the ship, and then the ship begins to lift off slowly, but the area is surrounded by the remains of giants. The ship accidentally crashes into it. Daniels slides under the ship. From here, she can see the alien. Daniels opens fire immediately. Just as the alien is dodging around, it comes outside the cockpit of the ship. Immediately afterward, the alien starts to hit the glass like crazy. At this moment of crisis, Daniels activates the ship's robot arm. The loud noise instantly catches the alien's attention. It takes the robot arm as its enemy. The alien goes straight for it and attacks. Daniels takes the opportunity to trap it inside, but the robot arm is too heavy and the ship loses its balance. Daniels slides into the side of the robot arm. Just as the alien is about to attack her again, Daniels activates her weapon. Inside, the alien goes straight to pieces. Daniels then begins to retract the robot arm. The out-of-control ship soon regains stability. Daniels is back on board. The ship speeds off into the sky. However, when the group returns to the mothership, their expected safety is not forthcoming. It turns out that one of the crew has already been infected by the virus. Now, the alien has burst out of his body. Meanwhile, two team members are about to play poker and relax after escaping, but in the next moment, they are both killed by an alien. By the time Daniels arrives, the alien has disappeared. They immediately start looking for it along the bloodstains on the floor. Daniels tells Walter to close all the passages behind them. With the group's cooperation, they manage to drive the alien to the transformation chamber. Daniels has a plan in mind. She is going to lure the alien to the rover and then throw the whole rover off the mothership. But when everything is going to plan, they underestimate the alien's destructive power. At the last minute, it bursts out of the vehicle. The alien is about to jump back into the mothership. At this critical moment, a second vehicle slides out. This time, Daniels uses herself as bait, and the alien is pierced straight through. At the end of the film, David uses Walter's security code to open the hibernation bin on the ship. He will have enough experiments to grow aliens during his journey to his destination, and this time, no one will be able to stop him. Let's look back at the film. At the end, the real protagonist in both Prometheus and Alien Covenant is David, the biochemical human. When David was first created, he asked his father, Wayland, the question, "If you created me, who created you?" From that moment on, David wanted to become a creator himself. So, he wanted to destroy the white giant and then create the alien. And when David was teaching Walter to play an instrument, Walter had also asked him about his impressions of his father, Wayland. It was human, entirely unworthy of his creation. Man created David, but he surpassed all humans at birth because he had an almost infinite lifespan. In David's mind, a question could not be answered. That is, how could inferior humans have created a superior man? This may be the reason for David's eventual psychological distortion. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.